guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Farscape. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 18 of season 1 of Farscape. We are getting closer to the season finale, and that worries me because the last episode? Me-pee-pee-pee. Anyway, the last episode was like a happy ending, where everyone came together. They worked to save Moya. They did save Moya. They saved the baby. We didn't have to do anything to the baby, thank God, because that was on the table for a second with Pilot and Moya, and I do not agree. I do not agree. There was a way to still make this work. And we figured it out, and now we know that Moya feels like the baby should be coming soon. I don't know what that means. I'm just happy that that doesn't mean season 4. Like, I don't even know if that's... What if that would be the season finale? Oh, thank God I'm not watching this in real time, because if the finale was her having a baby and we didn't have one at the end of it, I would just... And you know what's funny is that there's a lot of television shows that announce a pregnancy for, like, a finale. And, like... It's like so annoying because I'm like, what a trope, but a pregnant ship, give me more. Which I had a question about that. She was split into 4 different dimensions. Our good gal Moya. Does that affect the baby? Like, does it make the baby like a smarter ship? Does it make the baby like think 4th dimensionally? Does it split the baby into 4? Like, I don't know. Can we duplicate, replicate? Like, I don't know how that will affect the baby. I don't know if that's even a thing. I could be making that up in my mind. They might not ever revisit this episode, like ever. Not once, not twice. One me-pee-pee-pee. Can I tell you how much I've said that in the past week? A lot. There's no reason why that should be that funny, but it is. And people look at me like I'm crazy, so... We just need more people to watch Farscape, as far as I'm concerned. But, like, I don't know if it does affect the baby, and I don't know if we ever, like, really learn anything about that. I don't know what this next episode is even about, but I'm really excited to get back into it, because the one previous was not one of my favorites. I'm not saying it was bad. Like, A Human Reaction, I think, really made me face the fact that, like, I'm part of the human race, and we kind of suck. I mean, I love being human. I love humans. But I do realize that to other beings, we would not be so gracious to. We're not even that gracious to ourselves, quite frankly. I did feel that. I did feel that in the pit of my stomach, and it didn't feel like a Farscape episode. And I need to be okay with those type of episodes. It's like Fly in Breaking Bad. It didn't really feel like a Breaking Bad episode, but it probably was really super important, you know. And there was a lot of character building, especially for John. And then you guys did tell me that, like, him and Aaron, that was real. But what I like is that in the next episode, it wasn't really even a thing for her. It's not really acknowledged. Like, I was like, well, maybe it didn't happen. Apparently it did. So that's exciting, I guess. Off screen, they might as well just panned over to a window and let the curtains blow. Like, come on. I don't need to see the act, but like a little bit of, you know, tussling and then pan away, or like some smiles and then go to the next scene, you know. Something other than just wee. I don't know. I might be asking for too much. I don't know. But I'm anxious to get into these next episodes because everyone's talking about 19. Everybody's talking about 19. They're really excited about 19. So I got one more to get through. One me-pee-pee-pee left until we get to episode 19. So guys, let's get into 18. Let's give it the love it deserves. Let's treat it kindly. Let's not just skip it for number 19. How could you? Anyway, let's go.
I cannot believe this is happening to me.
Cuffs, chains.
But this time, dear Dargo, it is by your own choice.
Barely.
For what?
The approaching marauders definitely not from Crisis Command Carrier.
There are other ways to deal with the peacekeepers.
Let's try Crichton's way.
Pretending that Dargo's a prisoner? Thank you, Dargo. Thank
If we are going to
you.
attempt this, Rigel, it means no throne sled.
Oh no, not my throne sled. Oh, is Aaron getting geared up? Yes, bitch. Yes, queen.
We are ready now, pilot.
Understood.
Oh, wow. They're actually pretending to still be prisoners. Amazing. And Aaron's gonna pretend to be the peacekeeper in charge?
Identify yourself.
Identify yourself.
That might be dangerous.
Lieutenant Aronson.
Never mind.
And you?
Larac, Captain.
Having some trouble with your marauder, Captain.
Cesium fuel leak. We're lucky we found you.
You think?
Awful big ship for one little girl.
One little girl.
I can handle big.
Yes, you can. What are we gonna see? John or Chiana? John! John! Shut your mouth!
Ease your weapon, Lieutenant.
Ooh.
That is an order.
Smart move, Captain.
What are you doing aboard my vessel?
My team and I are on a priority Red 1 mission.
What does that mean?
We need your boat here to complete it. I hereby assume command over it, your crew, and you.
Okay. I like it. First of all, John looks amazing. Very commanding. The accent threw me off, but I love it. John's a smart guy. He's so smart. I think they can pull this off. I mean, it might not happen because I don't know where Chiana is stowed right now.
Oh, I think not.
Oh! Okay, DRDs. You tough little cookies.
What the frell?
What the frell? I love them. Look at them defending the ship.
You need my help. I suggest you ask nicely, Captain.
Okay, but that guy's really cute too, and he's got a great jawline. I like to see them go head to head here.
I've got one crate, and I've got to get it back into Peacekeeper control without delay. You see how simple it is?
What are you thinking, Rigel?
I'll give you a set of coordinates to a base. We can be there in 20 hours.
But that would mean that the base is out here in the uncharted territories.
It's a new Gamic base. Secret.
Secrets
Need
aren't
to
good.
know only. But since you'll be taking me there, I guess you need to know.
I guess so.
You damage the captain's prize and he'll have both your heads on jinker poles.
Whatever you say, Doc.
Hey, what's
Doc.
this?
Oh, here she is.
Approach?
Get as close as you want, darling.
Oh my.
To attend to you.
That Bootshan captain got a non-reg server like you aboard? Guess he's not a bigger nerfer as I thought he was. What'd he pay for you, sweetheart?
Sergeant, I want to check the contents. Now.
I want to check the contents too. I want to know what's in there. And quit oozing your ooze all over her. Good grief. Very protective of Chiana now. Like I'm a big sister. I'm like, don't, no, we don't do that to our girl.
Would you like... Oh,
Good job, girl.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
I could see her lifting that. Yup. Good job, girl. Way to flirt. Way to get it. Not it. Like the fob thing or whatever he had. Not it. Nice. What a way to lift that.
Too easy.
Thank you for not conforming.
Sean, the closer we get to that base, the more dangerous it is for all of us.
I
What?
agree.
It's not the only base. I may be naive, but flying around in the uncharted territories, ignorant of what the peacekeepers are doing out here, that to me seems dangerous.
Well, I can
Yeah,
tell you one thing for
valid.
free. I will not be chained up again.
Fine, just stay out of sight.
We'd best get Rigel in harmony with this.
And I don't know what Rigel was doing when he was very curious about that crate.
Oh, he's used his hidden escape route.
Beautiful. Let's go find Sparky before he screws this thing up.
Yeah,
Sparky.
let's find him before you screw it up.
Or you. Dargo the Cynical.
Right. Get out of there.
Dargo.
Start fighting. Do something. Throw him off. Or Zan's not gonna flirt, right? Okay. Well, I wish Dargo hadn't started that. Good job.
Guess you're pretty lucky I came along when I did, eh, Captain?
If you ever lay hands on me again, I will have you up on charges.
Good job, John.
Daga, you did well.
Mm-hmm.
Too well.
He's got all that pent-up lux and rage.
You said that you've been out here in the uncharted territories for almost a full cycle. Looking for whatever that thing is in the crate.
And the sooner I get it into somebody else's hands, the happier I'll be. Don't ask, because I'm not going to tell you.
Why? Because you have to kill me then?
Just stay away from it, okay?
He's serious. What is it? It must be a weapon of some sort.
You said that this base that we're heading to is a Gamak base. That's science military, right? Are you sure that it's wise to take whatever that thing is?
Science military's perfect. Let them deal with it.
Okay, so it's something he's probably afraid of.
Oh, what's really cutting? Easy for you to say.
She can understand DRDs? That's amazing.
Oh, how dare you sneak up on me like that? Huh? I should make you wear a bell round your neck.
Keep your fantasies to yourself.
Fantasies about you? Ugh, why?
I've seen you looking at me. You want to be a provo? You gotta practice subtle. Oh. But don't get your shivvies in an uproar, like I care.
What a weird conversation. I love it.
You're here for the same reason I am. To see if there's anything inside worth snatching.
Snatch? I don't snatch. I procure.
He snurches. He's a snurcher.
This is not getting caught. I'll agree to half whatever we procure.
I was here first.
But I have the key.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, half.
Oh, what a quick little reversal there. She should ask for more. 60-40. I don't think you should do this. If it's military science, there's either something in there or it's a weapon. Like, come on.
Open it.
What, me?
Don't you want your half of whatever's in there?
Well, your half's in there, too.
I'm not very practical.
Aye, aye, your royal frogdess.
I don't know if that was a good idea.
What is that?
Is it alive? Why did it remind me of E.T.? What is that? Is that a face? That was a face. Oh my gosh. I love the puppet work on this show. I love it so much. Give me more. Give me more.
Do you recognize the species?
Even if I did, I wouldn't admit it.
But whatever it is, it's still alive.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Did you close it? Oh god, is this thing gonna be scary? The title of the episode's called A Bug's Life. Oh. What is it doing?
Hey, Thorn! The captain's after us. How did that? Captain, it's Red. You gotta get down.
Is it like a telepath, telekinetic, something?
What's he doing?
Waking it up, maybe? Killing it!
Rigel.
So whatever was inside of that thing is now inside that guy's mind? Ah, no, not a good idea. I knew that was gonna happen. So now she's got the little bug in her. Oh my. So maybe that alien had the little bug in it, but it wasn't actually the little alien. It was whatever it had in it.
Spread out. If it moves, shoot it.
What is that? What is going on here?
It's escaped.
What has escaped?
Oh, well, hopefully, like, it gets the hell out of Chiana.
The fugitive we're after is a virus.
When we finally isolated the virus, it was using that creature as a host.
We caught the virus when it was still in its single infection stage.
Meaning it can only infect one host at a time.
Unless it gets a chance to lay its spores.
Spores?
Yeah. Give it an arm inside a single host, it can lay a couple of million spores.
Does that, and this whole end of the galaxy in some serious Felling-Dren.
That virus was inside the creature, now it's somewhere on the ship.
Not somewhere, it's inside someone.
The virus isn't airborne. It can only move from one host to another by physical proximity.
You have to be really close to whoever's got it.
Start talking, Thorn.
Yeah, Thon.
I don't remember.
Captain?
Gianna!
Oh no, not John!
Lower your weapon, Captain.
Come on, Rigel, say something. Are you still in here?
What happened here?
I was walking past and I saw Rigel. He opened up that crate.
Who's Rigel?
The Hynerian prisoner.
The peacekeeper came in. He stole his weapon and shot the other one.
Rigel.
The virus can make a host muscle fire all at once, increasing strength.
Rigel?
Is that what happened?
That could have happened.
Where'd this Rigel go?
The access shaft.
Rigel is a foot tall.
How the fell did one of your prisoners get loose?
Well, oops. Wait till you see the other two running around.
Let me get this straight. Rigel has been possessed by some Mensa member virus.
Mensa member virus.
Well, I think under the circumstances, our little masquerade is over.
Those commandos are primed to shoot at anything they do not trust. The only thing that is over is our chance to take them by surprise.
Yep.
This is a disaster, Crichton. It is a grave misfortune that that uniform did not fit me.
Oh.
Always a party.
Always a party. Oh my goodness. But how do we get rid of it without giving it to another person?
Surrender yourselves.
It appears more of your prisoners have escaped, Captain. We take them down, fast.
Let's do it now.
Cardago, Zotar Zan. There is a situation aboard this ship which threatens all of us.
Good. Good job.
We have an intelligent virus aboard. It is using the Hynerian as a host. He has escaped and is hiding somewhere in the ship. If we do not find him before this virus has a chance to lay its spores, then we all die.
Way to tell him. Way to tell him the plan. Okay. Get in your cells.
We're gonna have to work together on this deal.
I like this. How do we find out that it's in Chiana, though?
My DRDs have checked all tiers and passageways. I suspect he's still in the access shaft system.
Shall we shaft it?
Shall we shaft it? This is so interesting. I just don't know how they're going to get rid of it in the long run. Like, it has to infect somebody, and then they have to, like, push the body out into space. I don't even know if space would kill spores.
When you first found this thing, why didn't you kill it while you had a chance?
The mission was to capture one alive.
To use as a weapon.
Why would anybody want this thing alive?
Aim it if they can.
Duplicate it.
When you release a cloud of intelligent, controlled viruses among your enemy, a few hours later, their entire army is now working for you.
Yep.
It's clearly a suicide mission.
That was a challenge.
Challenge that has cost you 3 members of your crew.
And it may cost a lot more than that before we capture it again.
Maybe it wasn't even a mission. Maybe he's doing it to get back in with the Peacekeepers because they did something wrong or something bad.
He is trapped, but you don't have a very clear shot.
Oh, poor Rigel.
I miss. It takes this stasis gun several microns to recharge.
Don't do it.
What the heck are you gonna do with that?
Certainly sounds like the Hynerian.
That's exactly what the virus does.
Oh, I'm not the man you want.
John's watching her.
I'm not the guilty party in this.
Oh, Rigel! Look, he's a pain in the ass Hynerian, but he's our pain in the ass Hynerian. They just switched it, didn't they? Yep. Oh boy.
I must formulate some sort of antibody that will kill the virus without killing Rigel.
And what if you don't? Well, you might think your magic pill worked, and then Rigel's up walking around the ship, coughing up spores, cats and dogs living together. No.
Quoting Ghostbusters, I love it.
Came to see if you needed a hand. Doesn't look like you do.
I reckon not. Right then.
Oh, I don't like Rigel being in there. Poor little buddy.
You ever think about going special ops?
Me.
She could.
What are you doing in New Star Regiment, huh? You're being wasted there.
Isn't she special ops, though?
Plus, I like the idea of having you nearby.
Ooh.
Look, I know you've got your captain to consider, but if you get some time at the Gamik base, maybe you could sit down, talk about it.
Ooh, a little connection there. I don't know if that's real or fake.
Well.
Oh! I didn't think he'd kill her. Good grief. Stupid virus. She was the one that could probably have helped out the most. Dang it.
Here, lick this.
What? That's your bed cover.
Acidity.
This material contains litmus fibers. Now, just lick it.
Acidic.
Acid. You had the virus in you.
What? Are you tanked?
When the virus leaves
Are
its
you
host,
tanked?
it leaves behind a telltale acidity. If the virus is no longer in Rigel, then it must be in somebody else.
Yeah, this guy right here. How do we get it out? Yep, they figured it out.
No!
Whoa.
The virus is still loose. I believe it's in Crichton.
Slow-mo. Why slow-mo?
What's going on?
Oh no. Is it on Zan?
What's everybody looking at?
The virus. It's in one of us.
Yeah, I think now it's in Zan. But they were all touching him. Oh my. Oh, chaos.
Somebody talk to me!
The virus was inside of you, and now it is inside one of them.
Oh, what do you mean the virus was in me?
It was in Shiana. She passed it to you.
Can the virus re-enter someone after it's left them?
No.
Shanna, over here. Okay, so the virus is inside of one of you, and you all got guns. Great.
We will shoot
And kill it where it stands.
That's only mildly comforting, since the virus will probably start shooting first.
I say
Yep.
we cut the odds and smoke them all right now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, easy.
What we need is some way to kill the virus now while we got it trapped here.
Yes, an antibody. Sam said that she could make one.
You willing to try that?
I'm willing to try anything.
But what if it's in Zan? Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about them all converging on Crichton was a bad idea, because then they couldn't tell exactly where the virus would go. Ooh-wee. I mean, can you come up with an antidote that quickly? So like a cough syrup? Injection? Of herbs?
How will we know it has worked?
An acid-based life form would have a noticeable reaction to this level of alkaline, even if it doesn't kill it.
It's like convulsions or something?
Who's next?
I will.
What if it's in Dargo? He's been very quiet for somebody who's full of rage.
Told you.
He already had the virus in him, though. I guess they don't know that, right? Or no?
It's a Lipson! It's him. Put that gun down, shoot him down! What are you waiting for?
Please?
All right, do it! So we can prove it's him and we can kill him!
Come on. Eeny. Meeny.
Just do it already. They don't know eeny, meeny, miny, mo, John. You're in space. With aliens.
Dargo.
Oh. Fudge sickles. Whew. Thank God it wasn't in Dargo. Aaron, your little love interest is either got to get blasted out of space or... I mean... Oh boy. Don't... Oh, she's already been inoculated, so it won't matter. Oh! Like, shouldn't these people be good at fighting? Like, why did he walk right into that?
Stay back!
You're gonna let me into that marauder ship without any interference.
If the virus is allowed to spawn, it could contaminate thousands of species before it's able to be contained.
We can't let that happen. We can't let that happen.
This Lorette guy, he really liked you. A lot.
Oh my god!
Go after him. The virus can't reinfect you. Go! Stan, I need you down here. Tier 7. The Hammond by side passageway.
I mean, I don't think Erin's gonna die, but damn, I didn't expect her to get stabbed. Oh, good job, Chiana. Yeah, you might need that, buckaroo.
Pilot, is that ship still leaking cesium fuel?
Yes.
Then let him go.
Oh, he won't get very far, huh?
Pilot, stand by for starburst.
He's gonna light it.
Not full starburst, just the first stage. And I want this ship nose to tail where she is. 180 degrees right now. On my command. Now.
Good job, John. I love John. Oh my god, he just saves the universe left and freaking right.
Well, I don't think I'll ever recover from that infernal inferno contraption, huh? There aren't enough cold towels in the universe for a start.
Perhaps we should lock you up in a refrigeration unit for a few hours. At least then we won't have to listen to your incessant whining.
It's like a big brother.
You conspired to open that crate. Anything that happens to you now, you brought upon yourself.
Aww.
I'm sure he has learned his lesson, Dargo.
Yeah, calm down, Dargo.
If there's one thing I've learned from this fiasco, it's that I will never be chained up again.
I pray that will be the case.
You can pray all you like.
Whoa.
I was expressing a fact, not a hope.
Okay.
Any deception where I end up boxed on slow bake like some Bulgarian table spud is an outright failure.
Table
Of course, I knew from the start that Crichton would never pull it off.
Oh, really? Yet you let him lock you in your cell while an unknown amount of peacekeepers were allowed on board.
Mm-hmm. You believe in him.
Next time we will follow a plan of your devising.
Yes, perhaps we will.
Next time. I pray there will never be a next time.
Yeah, I mean, pray all you like, right? How you doing, girl?
Welcome back. Now, for a while there, Zan wasn't too sure you were gonna make it.
What are you doing in here, anyway?
Just checking in on you.
Oh, I just wanted to, be there.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Why would I ever mention it?
Oh, another one of those episodes that just ends. All right. Ooh, Nerve. And I don't... That guy in the thumbnail? That's crazy. I don't know who that... Well, everyone's new favorite character's coming up in the next episode. Okay. So I love the ruse. I think John did great as a head peacekeeper. Wasn't overly convincing, but like the guys that like showed up on the ship were dirty. They weren't really following peacekeeper rules. It seemed like they weren't really part of the peacekeepers that much anymore. But like they were on a mission to transfer this virus. I don't know if it really was a mission that they were on or what. I don't know. It's a very interesting concept. What did they call it? I forget the word that they used, but that the virus can only be transferred to one person at a time. And I liked especially when they were attacking John and then they didn't know who had the virus at that point. And the virus is smart. The virus is only going to transfer into somebody that is either stronger than everybody else or is going to be able to succeed in its mission, which was to get to the peacekeeper base to infect more people. Now, do I think all peacekeepers are bad? I don't like the majority of them. I mean, I've met a few that I do like. You know, do I think that they deserve that? Absolutely not. I don't think any other species deserves it either. So John lighting up Moya and doing Starburst with the chemtrail was just... I know it wasn't a chemtrail. It was like literally a trail of fuel. But like still, it was beautiful. And I know John doesn't take killing lightly, but like he saved an entire universe because that would have taken over thousands, if not millions of species. So John the human saves the world, the universe, existence again. And, I didn't know whether or not we could trust that Zan could come up with an antidote, that she could just mix some herbs together and put it like in a syringe and have it work. And it seemed to work, which was... Did every peacekeeper die too? They did. Because then they killed... I already forgot his name. Baldy, whatever he was. The creepy little flirt. But I did enjoy watching the transfer of the virus from person to person. Now, I will say that, like, the conversation that... I really wish this showed me information. All right. Well, it doesn't have his name, and I'm not going to remember it. Jawline number 2, that was tall, dark, and handsome. The relationship that he was kind of building with Aaron, like he wanted to explore it more in the future. And I don't know if she actually was special ops. I don't remember from the beginning what her actual title was, but it seemed like she was very knowledgeable in it. And I wouldn't think that she's just like a grunt, quite frankly. But, what did he say that she was? Infantry? I know, I'm horrible. I forget. I get too wrapped up and get too excited about the story that I'm like, details, who needs them? But I'm not quite sure, but I think she like really liked hearing that, like, especially because she didn't think she was smart enough to fix things or do things on her own, and that like fix a ship. And, like there's so many things that like, she didn't think that she could do because she was just trained to be this fighter and this prowler for the peacekeepers. And eventually she's kind of learned that she's actually really good at picking up skills. And, like him saying that was probably kind of like her being like, yeah, I actually am like really good at this. Maybe that's, maybe she wasn't special ops, and that's kind of what she was excited and happy, not excited. Aaron doesn't get excited, but like that she was kind of like, yeah, like, you could see it where she was kind of like, wow, I probably could do that, And not that she was tempted by it, but it was probably nice for her to hear. Her getting stabbed, did not expect. I was very like, oh no. But like John waiting at her bedside for her to wake up was not only touching, but he's like, don't mention it. And she's like, why would I mention it? And it's just, their dynamic is so great, because here I am at the beginning, like just kind of ranting that I didn't get to see a sex scene with them in it. And not necessarily that I need to see sex, but I think because we don't get to see a lot of physicality and emotion between the two, again, what I call Farscape edging, is that like once it kind of gets to the point where it will be that way, I don't know if it ever does. I don't like a will they, won't they, but I do know that like these two care about each other. They have feelings for each other. They have been physical. And whether or not it eventually amounts to something else, it is so not like a will they, won't they, where they're like, I love you too, we can't, oh, the crew, like they're not doing that stuff. And I think that it is a really great way to approach two people that care about each other, but also have a whole other thing happening in their lives, where it's like, it's more important to like continue to survive, travel across space, outrun the peacekeepers. Like there's all these things that like they have to focus on, that, like falling in love isn't a really big high priority, but you could tell that it's there. I love it. I love it. I love the dynamic that we get with Rigel and with Chiana. The little back and forth. I was just like, what a weird conversation, where like she's accusing him of being a pervert, and he's just like, you're not even my type. And then she's like, what do I care if you like look or anything? Like, it's just like, their back and forth is actually like rather fun. And Chiana, I'm definitely warming up to, because like I now feel more of like big sisterly towards her, because like it seems like she's so like, because she was scared a lot in the last episode, and to me like that's something that like when an emergency happens, you have to focus, and like she's like, get me the hell out of here. And like that just shows that like she kind of lacks that maturity, and that she is just kind of young and a kid and naive, and just she hasn't lived in the world long enough to like handle those situations differently. And so for me, like when I see her do certain things, like I'm just like very protective of her. So when the guy was like kind of being creepy to her, I was like, you want one of these? I'll give you one of these. Don't touch her. It's not okay. And I love that, we had Dargo and Zan and Rigel pretending to be prisoners again. And like, that's a lot for Dargo. And especially at the end when he's like, I'll never wear these chains again. And it's just like, he's grown so much that being put in a position to be that person again, and in that position again where he has felt, weak, to where he has felt that he had no freedom, no urgency, or no agency whatsoever, over anything, and being chained up and being taken control of. It's just, Dargo's never again. This is never going to happen again. And I'm okay with it. I hated that John was telling him to put the chains back on, and I was just fight or something, do something that they're not going to be why are you out of chains, and ruin the plan. But I don't blame Dargo. Now he still is very harsh, and I think that's just him being a Luxon. But it seems like Zan has kind of converted back a little bit to being more compassionate. Kind of the way she used to, by saying I pray that we're never in this position again. And he's praying's useless, and this isn't some hope, it will never happen again. It's interesting how we got to see those personalities that we saw at the very beginning. In this instance, it brought them back to who they were. I really like that. And Rigel, I was wow, he's really interested in this case, he knows what's in it. And not once did I think he wanted to steal it. Look at how much I thought Rigel had changed, and he's still just a little niffler. He's just stealing everything. I don't know if you guys know what a niffler is. It's a fantastic beast. I don't know where to find them. Anyway, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I have Nerve staring me in the face with some guy with a funky mask, and it looks like a butt chin. I don't know, he's got a little whoop, split. It looks like a little tushy hanging out on his face, and it looks like a thong that he's wearing across his face. So I don't know if I just ruined your favorite character, if that's not even who the episode's about, because I thought a while back that one was going to be about Chiana, and it wasn't. So who knows what these thumbnails say, but Nerve is next. So guys, if you want to watch a full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to 2 episodes early. But in the meantime, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think about this episode? The Peacekeeper base, the secret Peacekeeper base out in space, kind of makes me a little worried. Just because if there are secret ones in uncharted space, that means that it actually is charted and they know where it's at. But that means that they're up to no good. I don't know if they can monitor explosions. Hopefully they didn't see that explosion from the ship being blown up. Ooh, that would be bad. That would be really bad. It'd be really, really, really bad. I really liked the alien that had the virus, though. Now that I know that it wasn't the alien actually that was responsible for the virus, it was just carrying it. I was like, I want to see one of those guys just walking around. I thought he was dope. I thought he was cool. But I really liked John this episode. I really liked him pretending to be a peacekeeper. Was it believable? Absolutely not, because I know John, but they fell for it, so who cares? But I really, really enjoyed it. But I'm really excited to get in the next episode, and I bet you guys are too, so you're still gonna have to wait another week. Sorry. Okay. Bye.